In the vast expanses of space, amid the twinkling stars and mysterious planets, there's a game called Starfield, and we all know that Starfield is an absolutely massive game, full of explorers, thousands of planets, and loads of places to explore. But some of this game can only be enjoyed if you are a high enough level, and in this video we'll be going over how to level up quickly and easily in Starfield. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned astronaut, we've got the tips, tricks and shortcuts to help you reach the level that you want to reach within Starfield. So let's get into the video, but just before that I want to talk about today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is a fantastic website where you can get access to games at really cheap prices, just like Starfield. On screen you can see the price for Starfield and the premium edition, and yeah, it is a really good deal. And it doesn't just end at Starfield. There are thousands of games for multiple different platforms available on Instant Gaming. So be sure to use Instant Gaming with the link in the description next time you want to purchase a game. And maybe you're thinking of getting Starfield, well, be sure to use Instant Gaming to purchase Starfield for yourself with the link in the description. Getting back into the video. So the first obvious and, well, self-explanatory way to level up within Starfield is just to complete the main missions. Now, completing main missions and also board objectives is going to be a great way to get yourself not only credits but also just to help you level up within the game. Now, I did talk about mission boards in a previous video where I went over the best way to get credits, and I'll link that video in the description below, but this can also be used for getting XP too, since at the end of every single mission, not only will you get the reward of set amount of credits that you're meant to get for that mission, you'll also get a certain amount of XP, which, yeah, is going to be obviously, an obvious way, an easy way to level up within the game. And this is just something that you'll do whilst you play the game. You'll obviously slowly be leveling up as you progress through the game. And, well, yeah, just completing the main missions and also side quests will be a great way to do that. And, yeah, that will literally just be a way that you'll slowly get XP as you play the game. And it will get you a substantial amount of XP as well. If you were just to go through the side missions and the main missions, then you will find yourself getting to a pretty high level. But the rest of these are ways that you can go, a bit outside the box, other ways that you can get XP, other than just the normal completing side missions and the main missions of the game. Now, in terms of where you can find those mission boards, you basically just find them in cities and in the lodge's basement, and then you can obviously select additional tasks such as planetary surveys, elimination targets, cargo delivery, and passenger pickups. They're the type of missions that you will find at those boards, and every single board will vary in the types of missions that you will find, if that makes sense. So yeah, they're just found in sort of main locations really, and they're just a good way to get a bit of extra, XP along with the main missions in the game. They're basically the side missions as such. Now, another strong way to earn XP within the game is by killing enemies and destroying ships. So it's actually possible to do both when you're engaging in hostile targets in space via the shipboarding mechanic. Now, rather than destroying a ship outright, you can actually cripple its engines, allowing you to dock. Once inside, you can eliminate the hostile mercs to gain some extra XP and also get some loot from them. And then, instead of taking over the spacecraft, just go back into your own ship and then blow it up, and then that will still get you the XP for that as well. So yeah, that is just a way to get some extra XP. When you're just going around space, going from point A to point B, you run across an enemy ship, well, there you go. You can get yourself some extra XP, and not just XP, you can get yourself some fresh loot, and you can get yourself some extra credits as well. Just a good way to get some XP there, and just that sort of things that you can implement in just to the way you're playing the game. As you literally just going from point A to point B, you'll probably come across an enemy ship, and well, there you go. You'll be able to get some extra XP from doing that. So moving on from that, high level herbivores and other passive creatures will actually grant more than a usual 70 XP once they are killed. Now, they typically don't resist, so your main concern should be ensuring that you have sufficient ammunition to actually be able to kill them, but most predators can be evaded using boost packs or by scaling a large boulder. So yeah, be sure to actually kill those high ranked creatures that you do find, basically the herbivores and also the other non-aggressive animals, which will actually yield up to over 70 XP when they are killed. So pretty substantial amounts, an easy way to get some extra XP. And once again, similar to the ships, just going from point A to point B, you run across one on a planet, well, there you go. That's just some easy XP that you can get for doing that. Now, if you do struggle in doing something like this, it is worth noting that no matter the difficulty that you have the game set at, that won't affect the amount of XP that you do get. So if you're struggling with killing a certain creature, and also all you want to do is actually get the XP for doing that, well, you could, if you really wanted to, just turn down the difficulty for killing that creature, and then just up it again later on, since, you know, yeah, you can literally just, yeah, tone that difficulty down, and it won't affect the amount of XP that you'll be getting for doing that. You'll get the same amount of XP whether you have it on easy or a harder difficulty. It really doesn't matter. So obviously, if you don't really want to do that and you want to stick to the difficulty you chose at the beginning, then by all means do that. But if you're looking for an easy way to be able to kill these creatures and also still gain a high amount of XP, then just toning down that difficulty is a way of doing so. So we've looked at a couple methods there, and also we've looked at obviously making sure that, you know that the difficulty won't affect the amount of XP you get, which is quite good in a way. But now let's look at what, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to get XP within the game. Now I do want to mention that going just through the main story missions and some of the side missions as well is probably the most efficient way to gain XP. You'll probably gain the most substantial amount just from doing that. But these are extra ways to gain XP. This is an extra way to get XP besides just obviously progressing through the main missions and some side missions in the game, since, yeah, that's an obvious and great way to get XP. But either way, let's look at this method, which I think is a really, really good one. The reason that I've saved it till last. So, first of all, this involves locating a planet rich in fauna and eliminating them. So, while this approach might appear drastic, combating foes is one of the quickest ways to gather XP. So, planets, you know, teeming with fauna typically have them in vast numbers, providing a plethora of similarly leveled adversaries to confront simultaneously. And this strategy is more consistent than pursuing human foes, who differ more in levels and pose greater threats to you. So select a planet where you believe you can easily defeat the fauna. Their levels should match or be below the system's indicated level, so set up an outpost beacon for convenient repeated visits. And then make sure to maximize any XP bonuses before diving in. This includes the well rested bonus, which will give you an extra 10% XP boost after sleeping in your ship's bed. So, if you successfully romance a companion to a point of marriage, you can actually expect an additional 15% increase to this too, so definitely something worth noting there. Now, this is a bit similar to the method I mentioned before of just killing, you know, obviously those high-level creatures, but this is a bit different in that setting up an outpost there, so you can actually just use this sort of as an XP farm, really. Just pick a planet where there is a high amount of creatures, a high amount of fauna, and, well, you should be able to get yourself a high amount of XP, particularly if you have that well-rested bonus. I would say that you could use this just as a time passer, just, you know, a method of getting a high amount of XP. Get that well-rested bonus going, and obviously if you're married, then you get 15% instead of the usual 10%. Set up an outpost in that area, and then you can, you know, keep on repeating visits over there, and you'll be able to, you know, just gain a high amount of XP. It's basically an XP farm, to be honest with you. Now, you can also benefit from smaller crafted perks like the Alien Tea, which offers an extra 1% XP, and while this might seem, you know, minimal, combined with other bonuses, it will be quite effective, especially if you do defeat a large number of creatures in a short span. And if you prefer traditional ways to earn XP, then obviously these bonuses still enhance the XP gained from main quests like we mentioned earlier. But there you go, that method sort of implements loads of other methods that we talked about into one, just as a ultimate, you know, best way to earn XP within Starfield. But there you go, those are the best methods that you can use, along with just completing the main missions and side missions within Starfield to level up at a quick and easy rate. And yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. On screen now, you are seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that.